Bryn, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. You have been championing the cause of geospatial, and a lot of discussion around geospatial is that how else this technology can be made relevant, and why this technology. How does it enrich users' needs?
I think the most important part for us as an industry, whether it be surveyors or geospatial professionals or civil engineers, whoever is working in the areas of infrastructure, GIS, natural resources, buildings, is to really look at what are the requirements. You know, I think many times we allow either technology or process to dictate what our requirements are. It's very important for us to just get down to basics and look at what are the requirements. From those requirements, then there are various technologies, whether it be consumer-based technologies or professional-based technologies, that can then be used to solve that problem. Our goal is to solve problems. Our goal is to solve problems in a productive way and in a way that improves quality. Through that, you must know the requirements of this.
The talk always is around solving users' problems, but never the process and the way solutions are made for those users. How do we improve on this?
Yeah, but again, I think it goes back to the requirements and based on the industries that we're addressing. So as geospatial professionals, we are a services organization. We many times call ourselves an industry, but we're also very much a horizontal services organization that serves industries like oil and gas, like mining, like infrastructure, like buildings, like land development. So what's important for us to make sure that whether it be the professional or the consumer devices meet our needs, it depends on that industry that we're looking at. We no longer just provide position. In the past, a geospatial professional provided position or a map. Today, we provide much more than that. That we provide a model on whatever type of structure we're building or working with. We have analytics that are associated with that model or with that industry. We need intimacy. We need to know the requirements of the industry for us to be able to produce better solutions.
When you talk about intimacy, I think about trust the users can have on this technology. Are we there anywhere close?
I think there's trust. I think that it depends on how you define trust. I think there's trust. What there isn't is an intimacy in the workflow. So many times as geospatial professionals, we look at how we did something in the past, or we say, hey, this is this new cool technology. How do we adapt this technology, or how do we adopt this technology? Neither are the right approach. The pendulum to the far left or the pendulum to the far right doesn't mean equilibrium. To reach that equilibrium state, we need to understand what that customer has to solve. That's living with that customer. That's knowing that customer. That's understanding their workflow. Through that, you see productivity. Through that, you see improved quality. Through that, you see solutions that provide greater safety. Those are the pillars of our industry.
There are a lot of cool technologies in the consumer segment, and which are being slowly adopted by the geospatial industry as well. Can you cite an example?
This concept of what we term as mixed reality, whether it be with the Microsoft HoloLens platform or the Google Tango platform. This allows us to deal in both a virtual and a real world. And the merger of those is where there is productivity. Many of us from a gaming aspect, right, know what the virtual world is. I'm playing a game, and that game has some set of rules associated with it. And it may have a model associated with it. In the real world, the model has infinite parameters. The merger of those two is mixed reality. And so things like Google Tango, things like Microsoft HoloLens, these mixed reality platforms will change this industry. It's not if they will, it's when they will. And the when will depend on how manufacturers and how customers really build applications and workflows to utilize those technologies to solve their problems based on the industry.
What is your message or kind of a guidance to geospatial industry who are trying to look at this incorporating the consumer technologies into their workflows?
I think, again, I would say go back to what problem you're trying to solve for that customer. And then go back one step further and say, what industry is that customer from? Because from that, then you can gain an intimacy in that industry. If you're going to be involved in the oil and gas business or the mining business, you need to hire people who know that application. You need to become fluent in that application. We as geospatial professionals have grown up in the mapping business, in the land development business. We're very intimate in that. We know that industry. We know that industry called land development. Now, as our geospatial services migrate out to other industries, it's very important we get domain, we get knowledge in those, because that's how we're going to create solutions that make a difference.
Okay, thank you so much.